In 1977, George Stigler and Gary Becker made the argument that much of human behavior is consistent with constant preferences, and that we need not clarify our analysis by saying taste remaining the same. In their paper, De Gustibus Non Est Disputandum, Stigler and Becker consider two types of action. First, there's action that changes over time in light of seemingly constant price constraints. Addictive behavior is a key example. When it comes to purchasing and using drugs, they write, addictive behavior does not change preferences, but rather what the consumer is really demanding, they write, is a state of euphoria. By consuming now, they're raising the cost of future states of euphoria as their tolerance increases. Thus, consumers who are demanding this state strongly, and they're less responsive to prices, that is, if demand is inelastic, then we should expect the use of drugs to grow with exposure, while the state of euphoria falls with exposure. Likewise, there are beneficially addictive goods like fine art and music. If a person wants to appreciate music, for instance, in the early stages of consumption, they generally must invest in human capital to enjoy it. Then over time, more exposure leads to more appreciation, and thus more consumption, despite ticket prices, for instance, remaining the same. What about the second type of behavior that's seemingly irrational, the constant behavior in the face of changing constraints? Does this suggest a change in preferences? Stigler and Becker argue that it does not. Search costs are very real. If a buyer has found a commodity that they like well enough and with which they have experience, they have to judge whether the potential benefits of a cheaper and better alternative are worth the cost to search to try and find it. What we would expect, however, is that as the price of the commodity rises, the number of purchases between each search will fall. We'll be searching more frequently. Advertising does not necessarily change tastes and preferences, but rather knowledge and prices. It can decrease search costs or potentially raise the prestige or distinction associated with a good. But the individual's preference for prestige, for instance, need not change.